Hey, it's Joshua Vergara from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And it's time for another dose of the week's top Android news. It's Android Authority Weekly. We begin first with news that has nothing to do with Android. Or does it? Apple had its Worldwide Developers Conference this past week and unveiled iOS 7. Now, iOS 7 looks like Android. That whole joke has been pretty played out by now, so we're not going to get into that. But there are a few cool features with the new operating system. iOS 7 is a rehashing of Apple's mobile system that now has a flat look and translucent effects. You can now go back by swiping from the left pretty much anywhere in the operating system. A new control center has been created to give you quick access to a lot of different settings, and iTunes Radio has just also been announced. So those are just a few of the features that come with or are in iOS 7. If you want to see all of them, head over to the written article that you can find at androidauthority.com. There is also going to be a link in the description below. And now we move right back into Android and a bunch of rumors regarding the new updated Nexus 7. One of the first things that we learned about the new Nexus 7 is that it probably won't be a part of the affordable price range. A report from Taiwan is telling us that it should be priced between $199 and $249, a squarely middle price range. Then it was reported that the Nexus 7 will probably come with a 1920 by 1200 resolution screen, coming in at 323 ppi, specifications that would make a mid-range price seem a lot more attractive. And finally, the Nexus 7 was spotted on a FCC document. Dubbed the Asus K008, this particular device was listed as having the newest version of Jelly Bean 4.3 and the Snapdragon S4 Pro. Now, whether or not we've actually positively identified the new Nexus 7 is still up for debate, but all of the information on this particular document does coincide with our previous coverage. I guess we're just going to have to keep our fingers crossed for that mid to late July release date. Boom sound and blink feed might be getting miniaturized later this year, as all information points to the existence of an HTC One Mini. A couple of nameless informants passed along information to Bloomberg that the device should be on sale by August of this year. We then saw a picture, supposedly, of it right next to its bigger sibling. We have no word officially from HTC just yet, but the device will likely have a less powerful version of the Snapdragon 600 and a 4.3-inch screen coming in at 720p resolution. Now, with the success of the HTC One, perhaps a miniaturized version will give HTC yet another big boost. And now we're going to get a little camera crazy with a couple of big announcements by Samsung. Last week we told you about the Galaxy S4 Active for rugged lifestyles, but now there is the Galaxy S4 Zoom for shutterbugs. The result is an overall beefier phone with a big old growth on the back. And that would be the 16 megapixel camera capable of a 10 times optical zoom with apertures ranging from 3.1 to 6.3. It will retain all of the general functionality you would expect from a smartphone, only with a 4.3-inch screen and lesser overall specifications than the original Galaxy S4. No launch details have been given just yet regarding the Galaxy S4 Zoom, but we can expect all of that information to come out at the media press event Samsung is holding in London. And the camera news just keeps on coming. Instead of a phone with a camera smashed into it, you kind of get the other way around with this supposedly new Galaxy camera. The next generation of this line of cameras by Samsung supposedly has been adopted into their NX line of popular mirrorless cameras. No longer a point and shoot, it could have an interchangeable lens system compatible with the NX line and pack a 20.3 megapixel APS-C sensor. Leaked press images show a camera body much like a DSLR with a big old touchscreen on the back that houses the Android experience. Samsung has said that they will soon unveil a new Galaxy camera, and this could be it. Now, I've always said that I've wanted to see something like this, but now I'm not too sure. Dude, Josh, come on, we gotta take pictures of the bride and groom, man. What are you doing? Hey, would you wait? I'm crushing candies. Okay, let's talk about Sony. In a number of press event invites, Sony has been teasing the announcement of a new 6.5-inch device that has gone by a few names: the Xperia ZU, the Xperia Z Ultra, and Tigari. In what is probably the first actual image of the device, an invite to an event in Paris on July 4 shows an exceptionally tall Xperia device. It looks a lot like the Xperia Z that we already know and love, just a lot taller. Since then, we've been seeing more and more images supposedly leaked of the device, but we weren't sure if this was really the real deal. That is, until a Taiwanese website released exclusive information regarding the Xperia ZU. Yes, it will be called the ZU, and it will be a monster of a phone. packing a 2.2 GHz Snapdragon 800 processor, expandable memory, and of course that 6.5-inch screen at 1080p resolution. It will also have supposedly the ability to register any pen, pencil, or similarly shaped object as a stylus. The official announcement will be made at Sony's June 25th mobile event. And finally, Google seems to have gotten a little loony. In a new experiment coming out of the X Labs, Google hopes to bring internet access to remote parts of the world using a mesh network of balloons. Yeah, you heard that right, balloons. The project is called Loon and features solar-powered balloons that cruise at an altitude of 20 kilometers. Now, it is just an experiment still, being tested in New Zealand, but if it does work, we could soon be saying that we have true worldwide internet. And so, there you have it for this week's edition of Android Authority Weekly. A written companion to this video can be found in a link below. Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to check out our weekly Q&A show that airs every Wednesday. Next week, Chris is going to be doing the news as I am going to be celebrating my birthday. So, remember to come right on back to the same place at the same time. Android Authority, because we're your source for all things Android.